Let's go with it. All right, so the recording is on. All right,
Yes,
welcome to From Suppression to Expression. And we are here today with John, who is a former ex-Swedish military who went through the hardest military in the education in Sweden and have been through a lot. So I'm not going to say that much more. I'm going to kick in with the questions directly and we will get there. So, John, who is John? That's the startup question. And why? Like, we can start just with, like, who is John? And then we build it from there.
yes. Yeah, I'm a 46-year-old guy from Sweden. Family father. I have four sons and a wife, and very big dog interested in dogs and training dogs nowadays. I'm a hardworking man, working like working like a dog all the time. A lot of interest, a lot of what is it called? Uh, yeah, a lot of interest. It's a lot of football and ice hockey and a lot of sports and ideal sports training for young kids. So of course all the time.
Mm. And you're in a very interesting spot right now, but we're gonna get there. And what we're gonna start talk about is that you went through one of the hardest educations when it comes to the military, and we're gonna talk about like start there, how that was and what that led to. So,
Yeah.
like, what was that? Because you mentioned before we kicked it off that that education doesn't even exist anymore because it was so tough.
Yeah, it
So
was.
yeah. So tell us about that, man.
Yeah. I was accepted for the Army Rangers. It's an education place in the very north of Sweden. It's like what could it be? 250, 300 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle in a town called Kiruna, and it's a pure sabotage regiment who was doing sabotage missions. The military training was starting there for me when I was 19. Yeah, 19. And it's considered, I think it was like top three toughest places on earth to do a military education. And the regiment was extremely tough. It was extremely much old officers that was from the old school, so to say. A lot of officers that had a lot of PTSD, and they only kept working because it was their thing. They couldn't do anything else, and they couldn't stop. And it was crazy tough education.
Because then you
Um,
have the officers that have lead of PTSD, so they put all of that energy to you guys. And for those who don't know, Kiruna, it is the northest part of Sweden, and that
yeah,
is rough. I've been there when it's winter. It is like you don't want to be there. That is,
no.
it's crazy tough. Yeah.
It's dark all day and all night. It's not you. The street lights is always on, and from November to late January, middle of February, it's dark all the time. It's dark
Mm.
24/7, and often temperatures around minus 30, minus 40, 50 degrees Celsius. So
Mm.
it's extreme environment.
And what did that do during that education for you? It broke you down quite, eh?
Yeah, from the beginning, the whole strategics from those regiments is to break down and build up in the military way.
Mm.
Where the only what should I say? The only purpose for everyone who was accepted to this regiment was to be like military robot. That was it was extremely hard. They broke you down and they built them up in the military way, and the conditions the conditions is it's now in the mirror it's horrible conditions. They totally
And
mentally break you down, and all those what's it called, elite regiments in Sweden, they have something called second turn tryouts. But in
mhm.
Kiruna, they didn't have second turn tryouts.
What does
So
that
when
mean?
yeah, like it's like what should you say? What is it called? Gallring in English. De gallrar
Oh,
ur.
yeah,
They
it's yeah,
elect a second time.
yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
have a bunch of kids who wants to do it. Then they do one more test again
yeah,
to yeah, to select those ones who has the yeah, to has all the right abilities.
yeah.
So but in Kiruna they didn't have that. So when I was arriving, when I was 19, as I said, uh, we were 130, I think, or 125, something like that, and it was 30 places that you were competing about. So they had free way to break down as many as they could, and it was a lot of people who was mentally hurted already there,
Mm,
and it's everyone who is there has searched for this place. So I was you are highly motivated, and and you see it as a how should you say, you see it as an honor to get selected to one of those places.
yeah, I know a guy. He's jägare, soldat. It's the hunter squadron, which is a tough education as well in the army, but
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
even tougher. And I understand, like, when you have that, it's this, like, yeah, boom, you're
exactly,
tough.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's a lot of like brotherhood feelings, brothership, fellowship feelings all the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and you got a lot of help from your friends all the time too. But when they have break you down, uh, so you were close to a mental breakdown, uh, then it's extremely tough. I had one moment when we had done well, how many days could it have been? 10, 12 days out in the bush with almost no sleep and nothing, very little food. And we came back to the regiment, and they gave us 1 hour that we could go to our. They when we arrived, they took all of our private stuff. We couldn't have anything. Cell
Mm,
phones, everything was collected, kept and put in lockers. So when we got 1 hour that we can go to our private lockers and open and take the phones and call and everything, I called my father and I was crying then. I want to go home from here, Daddy. I don't want to be here anymore. This
mm,
breaks me. And in that case, my father is an old traditional guy, and he knows that it's a big honor to do the military service and everything. So he said what all the old guys says. Should you let them break you?
mm,
And I just thought, oh no, they shouldn't break me. So that was the turning point. Uh, the turning point to make me a robot, you
mm.
can say. Yeah, but it was only also the turning point to start destroying my life, I can say, in one way. In one way.
And how long was that education for?
Uh,
How long
uh,
before?
10 and a half months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then what, when you're done with that education in that becoming this robot, just broken down and rebuilt,
yeah,
where
exactly.
where did that, what happened then?
I had a couple of years. I graduated from the military service in Sweden, 99 was it? Yeah, 99, 98, 98 was it? Then I had 2 years that I was working, and my parents, my mama and daddy, they were like, "Oh, you're a total different person nowadays. We don't recognize you anymore." So I was working and I was partying like every 20-year-old do. But
Mm,
the thing that I have considered now in the mirror is that the violence got the violence came in as a new part in my partying. The
mm,
violence started to come up, and very easy to use violence, and something was changed. Something was totally changed. Before, partying was a way to find girls and have a good time and hang
mm,
out with friends and everything. But now it was like when you got too when you got enough drunk, always that violence came from. It's
mm,
uh, it was regular. And I can mention some more things from the education. It was a lot of things when the few times we almost all the time uh, because we were a sabotage regiment. We should be
mm,
behind enemy lines for maybe months and months, and take care of our own business. So we had very few times that we were free from service. But the few times we were free from service, it was always chaos in town, in the town Kiruna. They had
mm,
uh, extremely much police there, and they had just to calm everything down, because everyone knew, okay, now the robots is going out partying again. And
ah,
every time when it has happened, every time when it's happened, the officers, our superior officers, told us, yeah, yeah, you have to take the punishment now. Yep, you can maybe stay on high alert. It's one of the commands in still when you're standing absolutely still. We could have to do like for a punishment. We could have to stand like 7 8 hours, con, exact ex, yeah, exactly, dead still on
wow,
out on the yard in the regiment, and people were fainting and falling, and we took care of each other. Then, when no one has told what happened down in the town, where the chaos was the night before, our superior officers came to back. Good work, guys. Then it was up. Now the punishment is over, and
mm,
uh, and it was like this. The few times we could go out, they could say stuff like, "If you meet the enemy should be defeated. Now you can go out. Goodbye."
mm,
So
mm.
they gave us they gave us freedom to be monsters.
Yeah,
You you can say,
yeah,
yeah,
because so yeah, you getting very indoctrinated to be able to be, as you say, as a sabotage group, to
yeah.
be there, you have to be
You have
fucking,
to be so tough. So
yeah,
it's unhuman,
yeah,
unhumanly tough. So it's a lot of things I could talk about in this. in this training time. Oh my God, it's so much, so much, so much. But one of the things to break us down immediately when we came there, I think we was on alert maybe 10 days in a row. We was constantly doing stuff. Constantly. We was learning to sew the what is it called in English? Sew on the
So
sew. Yeah, sewing, and we were cleaning and all procedures, everything, all night long, 24/7, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And they kept us going for, I think we were 10 days. And the three last days was out in the bush. And I think on those 10 days, we maybe slept maybe 15, 18 hours tops. Otherwise,
mm,
they just kept us up, kept us up. And uh, that's an extreme, that's brainwash.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
brain, you get totally fucked in your head.
Mm.
You see things, you're totally brainwashed. And then they come. So it was a lot of old structures, how to make good soldiers that do what they tell us they should just do. No, don't ask, just do.
Exactly. Both that and also be super tough to deal with really, really rough situations.
Ex-
So you just cut off the whole emotional connection almost. You just,
yeah.
yeah,
Exactly, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
But
They
the body remembers though. The body
yeah,
remembers. That is the thing they don't tell you, that this maybe you're gonna have to deal with later in your life. You don't get that
exactly.
education at all
No,
because it's
no.
almost like they think that you're gonna die or you're expendable. Like fuck it. Yeah.
The training was for that. You
Mm,
know, my regiment continuously made war troops, krigsplacering. They
mm,
all the time made war groups. Every year, war group, war group, war group, war group. And all the regiments around us, they were doing some experimental work. They got some new equipment and everything all the time. We just had the old equipment that they know that worked from the background from the older days. So we had the old equipment, but they trained us so fucking hard. They trained us so fucking hard. So it was totally, it was crazy. Now in the
and
mirror, it was crazy.
yeah, and like where did they send you guys? Where when the education was done, like where did they send?
Back to society, just
Ah,
back out in their normal lives. Yeah, but I can say that I think that from my group that was trained up in Kiruna, I think that at least 85% went straight into the UN forces or KFOR forces and went out yeah, went away out in real missions
mm,
in the for the UN and NATO then
yeah.
NATO. Yeah.
What road did it lead you on? From being from that experience, where did that lead you?
As I said, I worked 2 years. It was 2 years I worked and partying, and like I said, it became more and more violent. Everything become more and more violent.
But
Then
was this in Sweden, the 2 years?
I
Yeah.
was at
Were
home then.
yeah.
I
Doing
wa-
like operations or missions on base.
yeah, but it was only training, only training.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only
Ah,
training.
for those 2 years.
Absolutely,
Ah.
absolutely.
Mm.
Then after 2 years, year 2000, I went away with the NATO forces, and of course I can't go in so specific on what we did, but I went to former
Ju-
Yugoslavia.
Just to just to stop you, John, why I asked was to just clarify the picture that you have been like overseas. You have been, as you say, with the NATO forces. it's not only that you been in a really tough fucking education, you also been in
Yeah,
real war
yeah,
situations. Just to
yeah,
clarify that, that's the
yeah,
only, and I
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
understand that you cannot go into depth of where
No,
maybe, yeah.
exactly, exactly, exactly. But I signed up for one of the absolutely toughest and mentally hardest missions you can do when you go. I've been away a couple of times, and I was going into the EOD. It's explosive ordnance disposal. It's mine clearing, bomb clearing, and all this stuff. Yeah, all that had with mines and bombs and undetonated bombs and old missiles that was undetonated, and that was what we was dealing with.
Mm,
Then we I was in former Yugoslavia, and it's it's not so many people who can do this either, because it's so extremely tough on your mental health to sit there and clear mines for maybe 50 minutes in plus 45 Celsius degrees. Then you just walk out from the minefield again and go and take a break, and someone change you, so you go and shift like that.
mm,
Then we had a lot of we have a lot of rescue teams. We was repelled down from helicopters down into minefields where a car have driven into a minefield, example, and
mm.
it's a lot of things, and help the police with murders. The, a lot of a lot of what should I say? A lot of corpse is booby trapped.
Mm.
So they have rigged explosive under a person who has been murdered or killed, and then we have to clear it before the police can go there and do their what is it called? Undersökning.
Like investigation. So
Investigation. Yeah,
you the team who comes in clears the
yeah,
so
yeah,
they can
yeah,
investigate. Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so you have both experienced insane amounts of pressure mentally, physically, also with the eyes,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah.
you have
And the
seen.
nose, oh my God, smells,
Yeah.
smells.
Yeah.
A lot of rotten people, and I don't want to go in on it.
No, and we don't
Oh,
have to. And I also understand the thing, as you said, that we cannot specific, even though I would want to like go
no,
into the
yeah,
story.
yeah,
I understand, but the why this is so important, why we have this speech, has a lot to do that to understand what you actually pay for when you go that path. And it fits very perfectly now with all the warmongers and people like, yeah, NATO, and then
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
who have actually lived that, like
yeah.
what your view of it is like, you do not want that. You have no
No, no,
fucking
no, no,
idea
no.
what you're talking about.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And it's a totally different thing to have your kid training for war at home, and they can go home to mom and dad afterwards, and they get the mom and dad can continue spoil them and
yeah,
and everything as it used to be. But when you go out to an actual mission, that you're live, that where you're live, yeah, where you're facing live threats
mm,
and everything, and maybe people shoots at you, maybe you get injured, and yeah, in the worst case you can die.
yeah,
And that will be a really really big wake up call for Swedish people when uh, when we start to get him young Swedish people that come home in body bags. That will be something new for the Swedish people.
yeah. And that is, it's so important because not that many people speak of it. So it's awesome that you're doing it, because another important perspective that not many people think of is like the aftermath, because you were trained so you could deal with it, but
Yeah,
then, like, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, it will come
no,
to a certain point where you have like you get the boomerang of
yeah,
everything
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
went
yeah, yeah,
through. And this is also something not many people talk of, is this like PTSD, as you said, that your leaders who taught you
yeah,
had,
yeah, yeah.
and then you have it when you have went through. And what that
Exactly.
like, and that you, they don't talk of it, you don't get help. And also why I like speaking to you is because a lot of younger dudes who's, you know, want to be tough and everything,
Yeah.
when you, a guy who's been like, you cannot be tougher than that, is
Oh, so it
vulnerable
is.
enough, and showing that like, fuck, I'm dealing with this shit now, and what that means for you. Like, when you've been through everything this with your family, how have this affected your life when you
Oh
were
my God.
done with all these missions?
Oh.
How have life
How
been for
how
you?
how how long time do we have?
We are, what is time? We have like around
Nah, nah.
half an hour. So
Yeah,
go, man,
yeah,
go. And we maybe have even more chapters that after
yeah,
this
yeah,
one, we maybe have a, you know, a part two.
yeah, yeah. We can
So
do
so
that.
yeah.
It's no problem. No, but now when I'm 46 and I've been from the army services and everything for all, yeah, for 20 years. Now I realize that I have severe PTSD.
Mm,
I'm and it's a lot of talking with you and a lot of talking with other people, and everyone around sees it. And when they tell me, I have no idea, but no, I have no problems. It's no problem at all. But the what should I say? I can guarantee the nightmares. The nightmares has gotten they have become a little better in the last 10 years. But the first 10 years when my wife and me met, we met in 2006, 2005, and she got pregnant pretty fast. So I came from the military service. Then I got to be a family father like this in 2 seconds, and
mm.
and
That's a flip.
that's a flip. That's a flip. It's a crazy flip. And unfortunately, you could say that I'm a part of the old school military. I
Mm.
think the after treatment is much better nowadays than it was when we came home. When we came home, they asked us, "Bah, do anyone needs to go to the what is it called? Psycholog in English?
Psychologist.
Yeah, the psychologist." But no, everyone just and we sat in a group. All was in excuse. Everyone was within the group, and everyone just wanted to go home to the families. But no,
Mm.
we don't have any problems. Okay, good. They said, but then goodbye. Then released us. So you should have wished that they just had took us in and told them, but no, you have to do KBT here for 10 days before you can leave the area. But they
Mm.
just released us. But get away now. We have done yours. No, just let's get rid of them.
Yeah.
And the most of my friends, they just kept on. They just searching for a new mission, or went for the sea pirates, and or went to the what is it called, the French legions or
Mm.
something like that. Everyone just because they felt that I can't be in the society again.
Yeah, because when you
I
never get help with facing that trauma, you have to recreate it over and over again. And they know this as well in
exactly exactly
psychosocial engineering, that and then you're
yeah
just gonna continue war because that's
exactly
all you know.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah yeah absolutely absolutely. No, so I started the family business, went from military monster to family business in 1 second. I was very in love with my wife, so the love helped me a lot. But but the problem was that I couldn't sleep well at night, and I woke her up, and I was having constantly demons on the nights, like for 10, 12 years, all the time, all the time, all the time.
Mm.
And the thing that I didn't understand then, that I understand now, was that some way my mind flipped, and I became John disappeared, and I
Yeah.
became everyone. I became everyone else. I started helping everyone else with everything, and I didn't take care of anything of my own that helped me. I didn't take care of anything that helped me, but I took care of. I helped my wife with the kids and everything, and the family life started to roll on. It wasn't so. I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't feel it myself. It's
Mm.
mosquitoes here. If you wonder why I'm flashing with my other hand,
I'm like, high five, bro.
yeah, a high five with the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
No, but I was the life was starting to, how should you say it? My life started to run.
Mm.
It started to run, and I started to reward myself. I started to drink a little bit more, not much, nothing. I have never put my family in any bad spots in any way, but I started to drink a little bit too much. I was working like a crazy maniac.
Mm.
Uh, vad fan hette engagerad?
Engaged.
I engaged in everything, in
Mm.
sports, in clubs, and every. I was engaged in everything.
And this
But
sounds so typical when it comes to people who have PTSD, that you all the focus is outwards because
yeah,
there's too much shit
yeah,
within.
yeah.
So just
I
out,
couldn't deal
out,
with
out.
it.
Yeah, just da, 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 da,
Exactly,
da. Uh,
exactly. So my life started spin totally,
mm,
and the only thing that could reward myself was buying stuff, and of course my economics went down and got bad, and drinking a little bit too much, and engaging in further more stuff, more clubs, more the shooting association, the hunting associations. It was about more, but I just I have forgotten. I had forgotten my own life. I didn't, but this is the way I always been. I was totally sure. This is
mm,
the way I always been. I always been like this. And when I talk with my family, they say, "No, you haven't been like this always." And and uh, and uh, it 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 appeared for me one day that maybe I have some problems.
mm.
But then, no, you don't have any problems. And just kept on, kept on, kept on, kept on, kept on. I
They
cannot,
come. It came small windows of
yeah,
clarity. Yeah.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly.
mm,
Small windows. But I kept on just doing. And people ask me about how can you manage it? How we can't understand how you. But I was so fucking mentally trained
mm.
from this uh, first military training in Sweden, then and all the missions and everything. I just put it in my back. Yep, I put it in the backpack. And you can in my mental backpack. I just stuffed it over, stuffed it away, stuffed it away, stuffed it away.
Mm.
Then, then and yeah, everything has been everything that people consider normal has been chaos for me. Always, always chaos. When I came in a if I worked very hard and got back to a economical good situation instantly like this, tush, I bought something else, so I fell instantly in debt again.
Also, very, very typical with someone who has forms of PTSD that because the chaos within, you have to
Yeah,
calibrate it outside. So you just have to
exactly.
fuck shit up to
Yeah.
to deal with it because the peace and when it goes good, it doesn't fit.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
It hasn't any. Like you said, the peace and calmness. It doesn't have a place. It doesn't have a place now either. But I'm getting better on it, and I have started to work with it. But there was no place for it. There was no place at all. It was only. It was like when everything was chaos, I was calm. And
Yes.
when it was calm around me, it was chaos inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It, so my wife always said to me about if we sat if you sat at home and we had 1 hour, we didn't know what to do. But you took one of the dogs and went to the forest. Yeah, because even that the dog didn't need any training, but you always said I can just sit here. I'm going away. Yep. So I took the dogs and went to the woods. So
Mm.
so uh, my my life has run. My life has run. And now when I'm 46 years now, it starts to tear. I feel that if I don't if I don't start to face my demons, it will hurt my health.
Yeah.
It will hurt my
And
health.
And this is like you are the extreme version of this, but this you can put on so many people of today's society when you're just moving faster and faster and faster. You put on this invisible backpack
Yep, yep,
until you reach a certain point where you die or you crash or you get diagnosed, you get piles of medicine.
yeah,
You got to get the real help, and there is help forms, but it's not that easy. It's coming more and more,
yep,
but it's not the first thing you get help with in today's system. It's often a pill, suppress even more instead of getting
yeah,
the real help with it. And
yeah, exactly.
so you represent the extreme, but like this tends to it involves so many, and I see so many individuals that you have that you just run faster and faster and faster and faster. So it's
Exactly,
very
exactly.
brave to stop up and deal with that shit
But
for
I
yourself.
have to do it. I have to do it. I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes me do this. I have been so proud. I have been so
Mm,
proud of being this this what you call elite military. I've been so proud of it, and I've
mm,
been so proud of serving my country, and I've been so proud of everything that I've done until, and I can tell you the first when I passed 30, 35, then it started like it's starting to going backwards again. But before
mm.
that, I thought it was cool too. I thought it was this is the shit. I have done the shit. I this is everything. It's like the hormone phase of a human being. But when when it started to tear on my body and my stamina and my mental health, I pretty fast really realized.
Now your mic shut off. Hello?
Oh no, it's okay.
Nu
It's
är det bra.
okay.
Nu är det bra. Ja.
Yep, yep. I rejected it. No, when I felt it started to affect my mental health and uh, and everything, and now when I'm getting older, the symptoms start to get worse again. I'm
Mm.
starting to have more nightmares again. I'm starting to get more anxious about stuff. I have my own dog training company now, and I work a lot, but I start to get anxious about stuff that I don't need to be anxious about, that is taken care of, and so I feel that my mental health now, when my body is a little better, better shape, in a less good shape than it was for 20 years ago. Now I feel that the mental issues is coming back again with
Mm.
nightmares and bad sleeping, and I never wake up like yippee, hello. I've never. Every morning when I wake up, it's like, oh my God, I'm so fucking tired. Even
Mm.
though I have slept for 8 hours, it's like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, the morning is like hell.
Because
And
all of that unprocessed crazy shit that you've been through, it's still on that invisible backpack. So your
exactly.
system is carrying tons and tons. Just you don't see it, but it's there. And
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
what a lot of individuals don't realize, and that so many people that have been in your situation that suffering in silence
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because you also you like the baddest motherfucker on earth in many senses, but then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
learn that the vulnerability part, it should not be part of it, but that is the most to face that. That
Yeah,
is like beyond brave. So it's, and that is why
yeah,
we're speaking about it, to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
put it
Yeah,
out
so
there.
it is. So it
uh,
is. But I'm pretty sure that if I hadn't met my wife, uh, I have one more point we can talk about later. But if I hadn't met my wife, I'm totally sure of that I've been one of three things: dead, dead criminal, or drug addict. I'm totally sure.
this is very interesting because I wonder how many people that approximately, like how many that actually dies, how many that afterwards go into the criminal world, because that is the only thing that is even close to that form of chaos.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
so I
And you
understand that.
can handle it when you have done this training, when you have done these missions, when you have stretched your mind into the dark fields, you can say,
Yeah,
you can handle it. It's no problem. If
yeah, I
you if
was
you
in.
can shoot at the people in former Yugoslavia, you can shoot at a human in Sweden. It's no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad in that in that case. I'm so glad that I found my wife and I started a family. But all this running and running and running and running makes you wonder. Oh, maybe I have maybe I have sacrificed my family a lot when you look in the mirror. So now when I'm 46 and the youngest kid is 10 and the other ones is older, you start thinking like this. But oh, maybe I should. Maybe I have to start to try to weigh it up again because I've been constantly on the move. And they
Mm.
are very proud of everything I do. I know that, but I know also that sometimes they would have wanted a daddy that was been more present too at
Mm.
the same time.
And it's been like that up until now, and now you are doing it the other way, and then that's just gonna give so much
I'm
bliss.
trying. I'm
Yeah, man,
trying.
but
I'm
I
not
mean, I
there.
can,
I can tell you, I'm not there.
bro. I know, like just a short, just we have talked a little bit about it, but I've been in a similar journey, so I understand a lot of what you're saying, and it takes there's no quick fix to it, but as
No.
long as you just start and you conscious,
Yeah.
it happens, and it
Yeah, yeah,
is a
yeah. So it
difficult,
is.
but yeah. But it was you said that there was another thing that you wanted to talk about. You
Yeah,
mentioned something.
yeah, yeah. 1 year ago, uh, I was I was in a pretty bad condition, and I told my wife that I want to divorce you.
Mm,
I was totally sure that everything was her fault all the time. For everything that happened all the time, I was totally sure that it's your problems. It's your problems for making this. I had zero knowledge of about my own about my own mind. It was like my empathy was not erased because I love my kids and everything, and I'm a very loving person, and I can give a lot of love, but it's like the empathy was blurred all the time. Like everything that everyone else felt like, oh my God, but I was totally calm, but that's no problem because I had the clarity all in chaos all of the time. So I was totally uh, I was totally sure of, yeah, it's everything is your fault. I want to divorce you.
yeah, cut off of the compassion part
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thyself. Yeah.
exactly. And we separated, and my wife took it extremely hard. She took it extremely hard, and she started to take some therapy sessions, and it was actually one of my best friend, my absolutely best friend. He said to me, John, maybe you should take some KBT sessions yourself, just to start and just because I don't think everything is your wife's fault. I don't think so. He said he had
Mm,
seen it from the outside all the time. So he said, I don't think it's totally your wife's fault. So he said, I think you should start. So I started taking some KBT sessions online on the telephone, and I had
mm,
really extreme good luck. I found a therapist that was very good, and
mm.
the good thing with him was that he was totally clear. But John, this is totally wrong. This is totally. He just tut, 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 tut. He spoke to my old military brain,
He
and
spoke your language.
yeah, he spoke my
Yeah,
language, and he reached through.
yeah.
It went in here. It passed all the barriers. Because my wife has said always, like, you have like your head is like it's like a helmet. You have a helmet on all the time, she says.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing breaks through it. And I told her, but yeah, it's because of the training, and I've done a lot of horrible things, and you get tough in your mind. But now I understand that I have got the twisted mind instead.
Mm.
That's the backside of it. So we were separated for 6 months, and she was needy. She have had an troublesome childhood herself. So she
Mm.
needed the counseling too, and it was very good for her. And I think maybe after 2 or 3 times for me, it started. It started to get clearer for myself, my part in the whole in the whole picture, my part in the whole picture, if you say so. So today we are trying to fix our marriage. We never got divorced, so we
Mm,
are still married, and we are trying to fix it now, and we are going to move back together again soon. And I told her that I'm starting a new therapy now for PTSD that might include it's psychotherapy with hypnosis. A guy
mm,
who has done what is it called, trauma expert,
yeah.
people with traumas. So we are starting to work it out again. But the point with that, I didn't want to tell you my whole life story. That was that. The point with that was the day when I told her I want divorce. I I didn't I That's 1 year ago when I was 45. I had zero knowledge about my own part in it.
Insight.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's
see how much you have gotten within 1 year.
yeah, absolutely. Before I should not. I, this conversation should have been totally utopic. It wouldn't
Yeah,
have
yeah. You're
happened.
like, you would have
It
seen
wouldn't have
me.
happened.
You're like, hey, bro, fuck off.
Yep, like that. Something like that.
But that
Something
is
like
beautiful. It's beautiful to see it for what it is because that is raw, that is real, telling it just as it is. Because that is
yep,
when other people can be like, wait a second, maybe like we open enable doors to be open for others that we may have wished we have gotten,
exactly.
for example.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
all it is. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I mean, with it's very cool to follow your journey. We're gonna have more talks and see like where is it ahead. And it's so cool, man. The I had another interview today with a Norwegian really legendary woman, Ingeborg, and
Okay,
she was actually asked to have a group of veterans to help them with PTSD. She works with neurofeedback. It's a
okay.
system working with PTSD, and she also talked about hypnosis and all of this. So
Yep.
if you would be interested, maybe I could connect you two because she's a very interesting woman as well
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
knowledge
yeah.
of that stuff. So, but
I'm
man,
interested.
it's
I'm interested in everything that can help
yeah,
me come back to normal again.
because what it is or what it has a lot to do is when you have been through so much trauma that and also being taught to just put it away, put it away, put
Yep,
it away.
yep, exactly.
It's stashed in our left part of the brain often and in our system. So then we need help to like get it back through the amygdala to the right brain so we get a distance because when you have not processed, you live in it all the time. Like the body thinks that you are in that environment, even
Yep,
though you
yep.
intellectually is like I'm here in the woods, it's all good. The system thinks that it's in that war zone.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, and just it
And
was a guy who said,
a lot I feel all the time, a lot of insecurity in
yeah,
in uh, in uh, in absolutely ordinary like situations like this. You see where I live, it's nothing here.
mm,
It's totally ordinary situations. You can the mind can play me it can play me totally like
yeah,
this, but oh, maybe I should have a loaded gun inside. Maybe I should go in and load a gun
yeah,
in totally calmness,
yeah,
and my brain starts to
yeah.
like this.
The
Then I
body and the system doesn't. forget. Like that's as long as it doesn't process and let it out, it is within us. Like
Yeah, exactly,
ah,
exactly,
uh,
exactly, exactly.
and the more we enable to speak about it, put it in the air. Not that's nothing strange with it. Like you see more people dealing with it. It also the paranoia can drop and be like, it's this. This is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is. So
exactly. But then
and what
still, if I go out and do everything that all the other people, so I do pretty much extreme hunting, of course.
mm,
All the how should you say, all the regular hunting, I'm not interested anymore. Everything I do have to have adrenaline kicks invested in it.
yeah.
It's all of the time. It's like the brain it's like the brain is what is it called? Beroende. Uh,
But it is so it's so charged, and
yeah,
the thing you
the
get kicks
surroundings
out
have
of.
to yeah the surroundings have to align with the charged brain like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, bro, you've been in like you said, former Yugoslavia. Like I've been there and I met some of the guys that grew up in that environment.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
some tough, tough stuff. And like, of course, if you have been in that and have not processed getting help with that and with the training, everything, of course, things that is ordinary, it doesn't work. It
No,
doesn't
no, it
work.
is so. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No,
So
so it is.
what is the now with the like you said that you're gonna start this and the families on it and congrats with the woman, man. That is a
Thank you.
beautiful thing that both of you see both parts in it. That she has some shit to deal with, you have shit to deal with, but you want to
Yeah,
help each other
absolutely.
with that
Yeah,
journey.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but we have common interest in the dogs
Mm,
and our children and everything they do and with sports and everything. So we have a lot of common interest and we love each other, of course. But it has been a bumpy ride.
mm,
It has
yeah,
really been a bumpy ride. But my goal with the future and with what is it called, the program, is to get normality in my life, that I can deal with things just in a normal way, that I can do stuff without being best on everything.
yeah.
Everything I start with, I want to be best in.
Pressure, pressure,
It's
pressure, pressure,
pressure
pressure.
all the
It's
time, all the
it's
time.
shitloads of pressure and a lot of
Yeah,
suppression at the same time. It's like rah, rah, rah,
exactly,
rah.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. And vad självkänsla, self-esteem.
so yeah,
My self-esteem is totally gone. I have no
but
self-esteem.
that is very common with the PTSD as well. It is
Yeah,
that you have a lot of belief in your physical, like I can get this shit done, but the
exactly,
inner, because we like the heart, it's shut, it's fucked. Like the coherence between the system
exactly.
is not in a, I wouldn't say the word normal to become normal because what the fuck is normal? But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
bring
Yeah,
more peace
exactly,
to the system.
exactly,
Like it's okay. I'm good.
exactly,
You're good.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, self-love and just feel good about yourself and
Mm,
can do things that makes my own situation good again,
yeah.
instead of doing things. I can help you can send any human to me with a dog that is totally crazy, and I can fix it. I can guarantee you I can fix it. It's no problem. There is no dog that I can fix. But to fix my own emotions and fix uh, my own my own life, my own actions, to fix, to take it easy with things. Don't buy things. Don't hesitate. Don't continue do the same things. The same thing that always puts me in this bad spot in my own head. That always put me in anxiety
Yeah.
with, with no cause. And you know, everything. Finns det ett ord för självförtroende?
Uh, that's the thing. It's self-esteem, but it's self-worth and self-esteem. So the self-worth is the more inner, and self-esteem is this more outer.
Okay,
So you,
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Self-worth, worse, you said?
yeah,
Self,
self-worth. So the self-worth
yeah,
in
yeah, my
in,
self-worth is no, it's zero. It's nothing.
but the
I'm
self-esteem is
not
high.
exact. My self-esteem is like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything I do, I know that I can do it, and I'm best at everything I do, all the
yeah.
time, all the time. And
Mm.
everyone loves me. Everyone loves me. Everyone wants a part of me, and I always give a part too. If you come to me, but oh, tjena Ludde, here you have, poof, I will help you instantly. But my schedule maybe is full already. It's
But this is
totally over the top full.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
and
oh,
this,
no problem, I will help you anyway. Yep, boop,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
my
and
life
that.
gets crazy.
But this is, I want to point it out, and you don't have to use the word healer or fuck, call it whatever you want, an ability to help and have insight that you are a very typical individual that have a lot of power of helping, healing, as you say,
Yep, exactly.
giving that. I call it
Yeah,
healer now just to make
yeah,
it
you
easy,
can do that.
but
You
you
can
can
do
call it,
that.
yeah, you are a healer that have not yet learned how to heal, give it to yourself.
Myself,
And
exactly.
when you do, when you truly learn, because I'm on a similar journey, I'm also learning to calibrate, to like find the balance of giving to myself and giving without. And when you
Yep,
find that, then you are very powerful. And a lot of healers needs to learn that, because
yep,
you, from your whole life and with everything that you've been through, so now is the time of giving in, because then you can give even more in a really cool way.
yep, yep. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying,
And this is
because
the cool,
I have a feeling for
yeah,
all these abilities. We were talking the other day, you and me, about I've worked as security guards and such things, and no one attacks me, because I know when I see a person, I know instantly, yeah, he is one of those. And I can act from the knowledge that I have,
yeah,
and I'm totally 100 sure about that is. Then we're talking about knowledge that is like I would just say different forces and such stuff,
yeah.
I think it's combined with the healing parts and yeah, a good soul in the bottom. It's just that it needs some more repairs first.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's like in The Lion King. You have to return to face Scar, the
Yep,
scar,
yep,
and
exactly.
then it's done. And I mean, why it's cool, man, to see the journey, because yeah, you're 46, but you're gonna be an old 120-year-old man with a pipe in your mouth. And how many people that you can both inspire and help by the work that you put in doing now? Because with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking history, it becomes so much ethos, authority to, because no one can come to you and be like, you fucking pussy. You're like,
No, no, so
bro.
it is. So it
And
is.
and so those individuals are also very important in everything that goes on now, because more and more people are gonna have to face themselves and these difficult emotions, and then having individuals like yourself being, it's okay, like showing the way.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you.
Mm.
I have to learn more, and I have to get help to reach Scar so I can face Scar. That's the way it is.
But it's
And
cool, man. I'm gonna, as I said, I know some people. One guy that grew up in the war zone of Novi Pazar in
yeah,
Serbia, and the Ingeborg. I know Alfrida. I'm using her Zoom account. All these guys work with trauma. Like I have gotten a lot of help from Bairo because
yeah,
he saw me like many years ago, and he comes from a war zone. Like this dude, he knows trauma, and he saw
yeah,
me and he's
yeah,
like, "Hello, bro." Long before I even understood, but he
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
helped. Yeah. So, man, I'm gonna talk to these guys and see because they're gonna find you very interesting as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and I'm interested in yeah, yeah. I'm interested in getting help, but I'm also interested to helping. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
it only feels good if you can help someone.
Mm,
I think it's a lot of similarities in the criminal worlds. People who has been in the criminal worlds, it's a lot of similarities. I'm pretty sure of it.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. It's
yeah.
when we were in Bosnia and Serbia, it was what is it now, 1.5 months ago. We met this guy. I cannot say names and stuff, but
No, no, no.
he grew up, in the because in Yugoslavia you had two ways to go: be very, very poor or become heavily criminal. And he
Yeah,
went the
yeah,
heavy criminal path. And like all these guys, and I know people from when I grew up, like 99% of these people will have or already have PTSD. But then you
yeah,
get all
yeah.
different weird form of diagnosis and shitloads
So
of
it is.
pills. So this is cool, man, and I appreciate that you show your face, show your voice.
Yeah, it's
That
no
is
problem.
legendary, legendary.
I have
And
nothing to hide anymore because if I hide, there will be go. It will be. It will not be good. I have to face it and I have to deal with it.
yeah, uh,
One of my best friends, no, that haven't done any services like this or anything, took his life a couple of weeks ago, and
well,
then I felt it really really bad. That I the thought crossed my mind. Maybe it's the best way to do the same thing, and that I was traveled with for 1 or 2 weeks. Then I felt, but oh my God, no, of course not. That's not the way to go. I have to
mm,
deal with this. I have to take it. I have to. I have to touch score. That's so it is. I have to deal with this. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that I would mess up my life. So I had to go
mm,
in the future.
mm. And that is a lot of people nowadays, especially in Sweden, in other countries, they almost don't know what suicide is, but it's in Sweden, it's getting more and more common.
Yeah,
And it is often because of that you do not take help, or you don't show the vulnerability, or you're carrying a massive backpack, this invisible backpack.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that. And I know people that I grew up also who choose that way. So
yeah, yeah.
we
So it
we we
is.
need to we need to
But
speak and yeah.
yeah, the thing that I was a little bit afraid of was that it even now, so it wasn't totally foreign thoughts
Yeah,
for me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I like this, but maybe I shouldn't continue. But then yeah, you and me have spoken sometimes, and of course the children and everything. My kids, of course, they always weigh it up, but it gets this thing with the bad self self-love, did you call it that? Or what is was
The
what
the self-worth.
the self-worth?
Yeah.
With a bad self-worth, you in one way you started to hate yourself,
Mm.
and that's the absolutely most dangerous part when you started to hate yourself.
Yeah.
You start, and when you start to hate yourself, you 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 do everything physically 10, 20 times more. You start chasing like a madman. Do
Mm.
this, do this, do this, do this, do this. That, it's a chain going to disaster.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
totally
embedded with the guilt and shame, and that is
a lot
also,
of shame, a lot of shame. Oh my
yeah.
God.
And
You are
the
so
that
worthless. You can't take care of this. You can't take care of this. You can't deal with your economics. You can't do this. You can't do this.
yeah,
It's all the time, same thing. Guilt, guilt,
100%.
guilt, guilt, guilt,
And
guilt.
on the flip side of guilt and shame, that is where the self-love is living.
Yep.
So have to release that fucking guilt and shame. It doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do anyone else any good. But then to do that, we also need to understand it and releasing it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Man, this is amazing, John. It's I'm grateful, and we're gonna like start wrapping it up, and then we're gonna have other sessions talking about this. But is there any final, drop some final wisdom word or anything for this session you would love to?
Uh, if you're troubled, if you are troubled with the same things that I'm troubled with, don't wait. If you have one of those small glimpses that I had around 30, start act on those small glimpses. If you feel something is going the wrong way, talk with someone. It can be a friend or someone who has insights in your life. Ask them, do you think that my acting, or do you think that my living, do you think it's something strange with it? Do you think it's something abnormal with it? Start act on the feeling. When you get those small glimpses of clarity, you
Mm,
have to take care of them. Don't do as I did. Just put them back and just go forward, because it will come. It will come. It will come. It will chase you, and it will start to drag in your back like
mm,
claws in your back. So I'm pretty new with the insights myself, and don't wait 20 years like I have done 20 plus years. Don't wait 20 plus years, because it's getting extremely hard. It gets more and more hard for every day who goes,
mm,
because the backpack is so fucking heavy to carry, and their self-hate just all the time.
yeah, yeah. And there is ways out of it. It's just that we have been indoctrinated thinking that you're fucked for life, but that is a lie. There are
Yep,
ways, and there are more ways
exactly.
than one. So
Exactly.
that's it. Thank you, John. Fucking
Thank you so much.
legend. Legend.
No, it's
And
no
we will talk
problem.
more. We will talk
Yeah,
more.
absolutely.
Bliss.
Absolutely.
This episode gonna be legend. I'm gonna see here. One sec. We can do like a see here. Stop.